What I'm going to quickly do here is a little test with some of the technology we have available to students when they're coming here to, in the lessons I'm using my GCQuad, but when people are just coming in here to practice and hit some balls through the winter and they're looking for information as to ball flight data with regards to distance and club speed, things like that, we have a couple of lower price point devices, if you will, that they can use. We have the ErnestSports, the ES14, which I got a number of years ago. And then we have a couple Flightscope MEVOs, which I've also had for a number of years, maybe 2 or 3 years with the MEVOs. But the ES14 could be pushing 6 or 7. They're both of the Flightscope and the ErnestSports are Doppler sort of based devices, where the Flightscope's going to sit behind you here. So one of the benefits certainly is that it's back behind the player. Something that makes people a little nervous with the ES14 is where it actually has to sit, sort of out front here and just off to the side. It can make people a little bit jumpy. I do like the MEVO that it sits back here. One of the benefits to the ES14 is that you don't need a smartphone with it. It'll display the information right here on the unit itself. There is an app that comes with it, which is great, that you can then get a little more information, a little more data on your phone, but the basics are here on the unit itself. With the MEVO, one of the drawbacks is if you don't have a smartphone, if you forgot it or you haven't downloaded the app, you really can't use it right away. So I've got the MEVO showing up here on the TV. We've got the GCQuad is going to be back here behind me. And then since I'm using the iPad to record, I didn't have another phone here with me. So I'll just have to read out what the ES14 is showing. So let's hit a couple shots. What I'm looking for here is just something that is trustworthy for students when they're coming in here to hit. Even if it differs, let's say, from the GCQuad, as long as it's fairly consistent. So if you knew the MEVO was maybe giving you extra 5-10 yards every time, or the ES14 was short by 5 yards, if it's consistently like that, you can always adjust as you go. We just need something that's consistent enough to get us through the winter when we're hitting balls indoors. So let's try a couple and see what sort of information we get. Okay, so there's a hit a little bit off the toe. So the GCQuad has got a ball speed of 112, a carry distance of 159, and a club speed of 85. So we have 85 club speed, 112 ball speed, 159 carry. The MEVO didn't catch the club for whatever reason. It's got a 152 carry. All right, technical difficulties here. Ball speed of 113, ball speed of 112, carry distance 159, carry distance 152, and then our ES14, a carry distance of 159, a ball speed of 112, and a club speed of 88. Okay, all in all, not bad. Let's try another one. We're looking to compare, really the big ones I'm interested in are going to be the overall carry distance, my club speed, and my ball speed. If those three are fairly consistent and fairly accurate, I'm going to be pretty happy with both these units, with the Flightscope MEVO and then with the ES14. Between these, I'm going to be trusting the GCQuad more than anything. Let's go ahead and hit another one. Okay. Looks like everything has registered. 159 on the ES14 for carry distance, a club speed of 88, and a ball speed of 112. So that's 159, 88, and 112, 160, 85, and 114 on the MEVO. And on the GCQuad, we have a 160 for your carry distance, a ball speed of 114, and the club speed, I'll just look right here on the device, club speed of 87. All right, fantastic. Let's do one more. Okay, so let's go with the ES14 first. Here we've got a ball speed of 114, club speed of 84, and a carry distance of 163. On the GCQuad, carry distance of 161, ball speed of 114, which is exactly the same as the ES14. So 160 carry, 114 ball speed, 87 with the club. The MEVO, 158.5, 86 or 87 miles an hour club head speed, and 114 ball speed. So that's really great. Like the carry distance, the speeds, I'm really happy with those findings. So that with confidence then I can have students, or when people are coming in here to hit balls, I can have confidence when they're using that Flightscope MEVO, or even when they're using this ES14, that they're going to be getting fairly legitimate information as they practice. The GCQuad, it's between these two here, the Flightscope MEVO and the ES14 are working off of radar and Doppler, just sort of tracking the ball as it goes through. The Flightscope may track the club, I'm not exactly sure. So between these anyway, you have two Doppler based in the MEVO and in the ES14, and then the GCQuad has 4 cameras, and they're high-speed cameras that are focused on the ball and the club. I just had the one sticker on there giving me some club information, but for the most part it's tracking the golf ball. And that's, I couldn't ask for much more as far as the quality of the readings and the findings and how accurate those are, and the way that compares to the GCQuad. So there's a huge difference in price between these units, but if you're in the market for getting something yourself, the MEVO is great. These are both under $500 before you have to get into that higher price point. So certainly getting into the GCQuad and things like TrackMans, it's not reasonable for people to get that, nor probably necessary unless you're teaching. But for just hitting some balls, keeping up with your training and your practice through the winter, getting some information, whether it's indoors, these are fantastic. Obviously using them outdoors as well is going to help you to really know your distances. So that's great. Something that you can use when people come here to practice. The Flightscope MEVO is available. The drawback again is you just need to make sure you've downloaded that app to your phone before arriving to practice so you can quickly get up and going. ErnestSports does also have, the ES14 does also have an app you can download to your phone, which is great. It has some really nice features in there as well. But at least if you don't have a phone, the unit is still, you can still use it because it displays it right on the face.